All right, Uchoose is finally back, and we're ready to go. And today is a water theme, so we were kind of drowning in the past, but we're finally got our heads above water.
Well, I mean, as we know, they say any path to sanity is you have to move 4 times in 2.5 years. That's what they say. To maintain optimum sanity,
So
you
you're
need
the
to
most.
move 4 times. Yeah. It's the worst.
Well, today this isn't the worst because we're going to be doing 2 choose your own adventure books, truly choose your own adventure books. And we'll have a new one today, but the first one we're going to go through again. And if you haven't been through us, yes, Jesse says sanity is overrated. Okay.
It is. I don't recommend it.
So today, like you said, we're going to do 2 books. If you're with us in the past, we go through one book, and then the next time we meet up, we go through it again a second time. And then so we try to have a new book every time. And then when we do to get to decision point, chime in on the chat. You can go on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Let us know where you want us to go, and we'll go, because it's like we always say, it's the you choose. It's not the Eddie choose or the Lee choose. It's the you choose.
Don't let me choose. I'll make us move again. I'll be like, guys, what we should do is buy some boxes and tape, pack up all of our stuff, and just move.
Throw it in a truck, go someplace. Let the road fate take us where it may.
Today's mug, as you can see, is a C mug for choose. Choose. You dang.
Like, today's episode is brought to you by the letter C.
If I turn it sideways, I'll dump my coffee off, but it'll say you.
Oh, Eddie.
Oh, choose.
Good job.
It's 9:30 on Sunday, but I'm still with it. I'm still sharp.
Right. So today's or second time is Your Code Name is Jonah by Edward Packard. So again, it's a water theme today, as you'll see. So we're literally gonna dive right in to this book.
So, there it is. It's a whale of a good time.
Oh, the puns. So,
Surf's up, Buttercup. Let's get on it. Yeah, exactly.
Packard, the creator of the You Choose or the Choose Your Own Adventure.
It was Jesse's invoking the classic album sung by hit Muppet Cookie Monster. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. But also it's for choose.
Choose. It's
not good. Don't rob me of my really sad lowest of fruits.
Your analogies, your puns, but Jesse.
Exactly.
I
see. He brings it. And yeah, hey, you mentioned this real quick, but just real fast before we dive in. People listening on these other channels, be sure to tune in. I mean, right now we were Thursdays. We may go back to an evening setup at some point when the times work better for our schedules. But right now, you get up Sunday morning, make your cup of coffee, cup of something else if you're Mormon. Can't have that coffee. And just sit back and make some You Choose with us on Sunday mornings. How fun is that? It's like Saturday morning cartoons, but better.
Yeah,
it's on Sunday.
Throw out some puns, make some decisions with us, whether good or bad. We decide, we go where you want us to go, even though we might see that it's leading over a cliff. We're going to do it.
If your life is a wreck, it's because you chose it.
Yeah.
So should I dive? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. And so to give a heads up, the first decision we get on this book, since we've done it before, we'll go ahead, make an executive decision, and we'll do something different because, hey, life's too short. Let's do something different. Why do the same?
Exactly. If you went left the first time, we're going to go right the second time.
Yeah, exactly. So
get Sunday school. Exactly. It gets totally blasphemous. It's like crucify your boredom on Sunday. That's not fun. Don't do that.
Get bar mitzvahed on Sunday.
Get bar mitzvahed on through You Choose. Should I dive in on this one?
Yeah. Dive in head first. Don't even check and see how deep it is.
I want to. My life choices are that sign at the pool when you see the guy hitting his head at the bottom of the pool.
Go there, and Eddie's like, "Oh, I don't care." I'm just shrugs his shoulders and just dives in.
He dove right in. It's like, exactly, we do more Bible-based like puns. You won't deny this 3 times before the rooster crows. Uchoose podcast is the best.
If it is, I think this is the 6th commandment. Thou shalt go up.
That was one of the 6A. Like he snuck it in as a 6A. Always listen to Uchoose podcast.
Yeah.
6A. 6A subpart 1.
Yeah.
Here we go. 6 levels below the White House lawn in Annex Youth 36. You lean back in the big red leather chair in the office of J.J. Oberd. He glares at you through steel-rimmed glasses from behind a massive oak desk and taps his black briar pipe on the rim of a crystal bowl. A lot of material types being discussed here. Steel,
glass,
oak, glass,
red leather.
Pipe? What's the pipe? Black briar.
Yeah, and red leather chair. I mean, he's very
crystal
descriptive.
Bowl. Yeah.
Paragraph.
It's like everything is described in materials now. Your blue jeans are scratching on your legs. Have you ever, as any conversation starts off, have you ever heard the sounds of the humpback whales? Oberd asks you. They're like organ music, beautiful and eerie. Uh-huh. You reply, wondering where this odd conversation is going.
Yeah.
Oberd picks up a letter from his desk. Sorry, my eyes here. From Dr. Claude Dumont in Boston to the President of the United States. Dear Mr. President, while tracking humpback whales near Bermuda last month, we recorded whale songs of a type we have never heard before. The whales have a secret. Don't keep those whale secrets.
Yeah, spill beans.
And spill those whale beans. And the new whale song is the key. We are analyzing it with our computers. This is where they don't describe the computers at all. We're analyzing it with our steel computers made of silicone and metal and hopes and dreams. I'll advise you of our findings as soon as possible. Respectfully yours, Claude Dumont, Director, Center for Marine Studies. If Dumont is correct, Oberd says, it's important for us to learn the meaning of the new whale song before anyone else does. Those dirty Russians.
Stinking Russians.
Nothing's worse than Russian whale heavy metal. For one thing, it will help us find out where these whales go when they disappear. What do you mean, you ask? Oberd chews on his pipe before explaining. You're not supposed to chew on pipes. That's not what they're for.
That's the kid that chewed on his pencil in elementary school.
That kid, Jesse was that kid just mowing down pencils. You can hold up a pencil, look like he got attacked by a badger. You'd be like, I guess whose this is. It's Jesse's pencil. Where do they go? Oh, what do you mean? Oberd chews on his pipe, explaining at a time there should be lots of humpback whales off Greenland where they migrate to in the summer. They seem to disappear completely. Since they can only stay underwater for 30 minutes, we have a mystery. Where do they go? Do you want me to go up to Boston and talk to Dumont? You ask. Oberd fastens his eyes upon you as he pauses to light his pipe. I'm afraid your assignment will be more difficult than that, he says. Dumont has been missing for 36 hours. If he was a whale, he'd be dead. We believe he has been kidnapped by KGB agents. There it is.
Yep.
Hashtag dirty Russians. Led by someone known as Double I. No offense to offense to our Russian listeners. As Double I. Oberd pushes a folder across the desk. You pick it up and read a report of how the day before last, Dumont met with Professor Hans Klein, who agreed to help prepare the computer program that would be used in studying the new whale song. After the meeting, Dumont told Klein he was going straight home. He never made it. We've booked you on the next plane to Boston, Obard says, as you put the report back on the desk. A helicopter is waiting to take you to the airport. Find Dumont. Find the whale song tape. Your mission is top priority. Your code name is Jonah, since we're getting all biblical up in this house.
Wow. Good job.
An hour and 20 minutes later, really specific there, your 727 Stratojet touches down at Logan International Airport in Boston. You know that Dr. Hans Klein is a key man in the case. Perhaps you should see him first. On the other hand, the scientists at the Center for Marine Studies surely have been following Dumont's work closely. There is a good chance they have important information about the humpback whales. Here we go. If you visit Dr. Hans Klein, turn to page 4. If you visit the Center for Marine Studies, turn to page 6.
Okay.
If I remember right, didn't we go
page-
see Klein first last
Yeah,
time?
we went or last time.
Yeah.
So this time we want to go to page 6. Go visit the lab, I believe. The German or French? Laugh out loud, Jesse. The German or the French in Boston?
I gotta find this German guy in Boston.
All right.
Freaking weird.
Weird.
Wicked weird. Wicked. It's wicked weird up in here.
Water. There's sharks in those waters. You don't want to go.
Those freaking humpbacks in those waters.
Waters. And sharks.
Sharks.
All right. You take a taxi cab to the center, a modest 2-story building on the Charles River, and are met by Dr. Miles Roof? Yeah, I'll go with Roof.
Yeah, Roof.
He tells you that
although on fire.
Yeah. The roof's on fire. He tells you that although whales are highly intelligent animals, there's no evidence that they communicate in a complex fashion, as do human beings. Whale songs are probably no different from bird songs, except they're longer, Roof says. After all, whales have much bigger lungs. Your conversation is interrupted by a phone call from Paul McKim, assistant to the president. McKim tells you that the president has received another letter from Dr. Dumont, but that it mysteriously disappeared before he had a chance to read it. You'd better get down here as quickly as possible, McKim says. You didn't call me by name, you reply. Ooh, there's a short pause. Sorry, Jonah, he replies. You inform Dr. Roof that you must leave for Washington, but he urges you to wait a while in order to talk to Dr. Renata Carini, an Italian scientist who is expected at any moment. Man, there's a lot of doctors here.
There's more doctors in this than a island of Moreau, man. I'm tired of this.
This is So we got Dr. Dumont.
Doctor.
Spies like us.
Doctor.
Dr. Renata Carini, an Italian scientist who's expected at any moment. She knows a lot about what the Russians are doing.
Ooh.
I'm sure it'll be worth your while to stay and talk with her. All right, here's where you get to decide. If you immediately leave for Washington, go to page 12. If you wait and talk to Dr. Carini, turn to page 14. So Washington or Dr. Carini. Man, we got a lot going on in these. So we got doctors, we've got Russians, we've got Italians. I mean, it's just all over the place.
He's like, this book is going to include everybody, every nationality we can get a hold of in this thing. You found yourself stuck at Oktoberfest celebrating the harvest. Like, I'm trying to find whales up in here.
Trying to find whales, and they're talking
to quote
to
Jesse
and stuck with a bunch of doctors. Yeah.
To quote Jesse here, we're going to need a Wicked Lodge, a boat.
Wicked. Oh, man. Oh, talk to the doctor, Jill said. Oh, Jill, the emoji queen.
She has a talk emoji, bro.
the dancing queen. She's the emoji queen. All right. Talk this way.
I'm assuming he's saying to talk as well.
Talk to the doctor. Okay. So Dr. Carini. Let's see. That was
Page 14. Talk to the doc. This is one of those that has a lot of choices, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. There's 40 possible endings in this book. And the book is only, 93 pages or something like that?
Right? Like, wow. On the most crooked scanned-in page I've ever seen,
Yes.
you wait impatiently for several hours until Renata Carini finally arrives. A slim, black-haired woman with olive skin and luminous dark eyes who speaks flawless English. Because she's American. Like, they don't say why she wouldn't.
True. Yeah. Well, they insinuated she was Italian, so maybe we thought in our 9-year-old mind we assumed she spoke Italian, I guess.
Claude Dumont is convinced that the whales have developed a language, she tells you. Do you think he's right, you ask? I'm sure of it, she replies. We have not been able to crack their code. They have cracked ours. They are able to speak to us, but they are not yet ready. What do you mean? Suppose, she replies, all powerful beings from outer space. She just goes straight to it.
She didn't even hesitate.
Man, this happened to me. We were on vacation in a little town in Arkansas, and we walked by this store, and we thought we'd check out. There's like some jewelry in there. We thought we'd look around just for fun. And we get in there, and before they even start, they're like, well, let me show you how this works. And we're like, how it works? And then before I know it, it was like this weird one of those places that you put like, this necklace has been charged with 7 frequencies of power juice that keeps away the devil. It was like, run for the door. So they lock it.
Want to browse some jewelry we're fending off aliens and spirits.
I know, straight to it. Hey, this is going to sound a little crazy. Okay, I'm with you. All powerful beings from outer space are plundering the earth and killing off most of the human population. Okay. They enter They enter our atmosphere in spaceships that travel at the speed of light. By the way, this is how Mormon missionaries talk to you. I'm kidding. It was a joke. Everybody. They enter our atmosphere in spaceships that travel at the speed of light. We don't know the aliens' language, so we can only broadcast a message in our own language and hope they understand it. What would you say? I would have to give that some thought, you reply. Of course, Carini says. The whales have been giving it a lot of thought. But right now, we must save Dr. Dumont. Do you have any idea how to do that? Yes, I do, Carini replies. The Russians will want to get Dumont aboard a Russian submarine. Their agent in charge of this is known as Double Eye, because he's got 2 of them. He owns a villa at Truro on Cape Cod, and he has his own yacht. We must stop him, you respond. My XK3 Ferrari is waiting outside. A little humble brag there by Dr. Carini.
No kidding.
She couldn't just say my car.
My car. No, my
car's outside. You excuse yourself for a moment and telephone Obard to get his thoughts. That must be Carini there on the next page there. We think Carini is on the level, he replies, but we just got a startling report from an informer in New York. Wouldn't it be an informant? Anyway, the Russians are analyzing the whale song tape in a brownstone house. Wow, descriptive. Off Central Park, occupied by a man named Ivan Ivenko. We are now sure that Ivenko is Double Eye. Can you follow this up? You may be able to break this case wide open. This feels like a day at work for me, by the way. Like, go here, do this. Go, what? Oh, no, way over here instead. If you go with Dr. Carini to Truro, turn to page 31. If you leave Carini and go instead to New York to the Brownstone House to find Double Eye, turn to page 33.
All right. let us know in the chat where you want us to go. Yeah, I love the Ferrari description. Humble brag. Well, this is my red Ferrari. Normally, I might drive my blue one, but we're gonna slum it and drive the red one today.
Yeah, my black one's in the shop, so we just have to take this gross red one. I love Jesse. Boston Doc is a wicked smart.
Oh man, this book is packed. This is chock full of details and descriptions and Russians and man.
What colors are the stones? The brown.
They did a Mad Lib to write this book. Okay, tell me a specific type of car. Okay, what kind of house? Yeah, just
Exactly.
Oh,
what's that?
Jill Brownstone with the brownstone emoji. That's awesome. Okay, so that's page 33. So we got one vote for 33.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wait a few more seconds. Let's see. New York. Okay.
There we go. New York double unanimous for New York.
33.
This is you, right? Correct, sir?
You get off the plane in New York, you are met. Oh, wait. We didn't describe what kind of plane we got off of. He's
oh.
I need to know color. I need to know model. I need to know make.
Got off of the.
Was I in first class? Was I in coach?
What did I eat?
Did I drink something? Did I eat something?
There's some lazy writing right here. Just lazy writing.
All right. You get off the plane in New York and you are met by a courier with a note from Obard. We think Double I is a man named Ivan Ivinko, but we don't know how to prove it. For the past 3 months, only a few people have ever entered or left his 73rd Street brownstone house. Yet a lot must go on there because Consolidated Edison reports billing Consolidated. Oh, that must be the electric company?
Sure.
All right. Consolidated Edison reports billing Ivinko over $7,500 each month just for electricity. We have a hunch the whale song tape is in that house. Get it.
He's spending $7,500 a month on electricity, and the police haven't showed up.
Yeah. Especially this is your 1981 dollars. That's like $20,000 today.
I know. Like I think if your electric bill goes like doubles or triples, they show up assuming you're growing weed.
Exactly. They're like, what's going on here?
He's paying his bill. We're good. We don't care.
Let it go.
Capitalism.
Yeah, exactly.
C for capitalism.
You have to think of a way to get into Ivinko's house. You could pretend to be willing to sell him information about the whale songs. I would talk to him about how to reduce your electric bill.
I mean, dude, go solar. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Jesse, utilities, forget about it.
Oh, man. Love Jesse. You could pretend to be willing to sell him information about the whale songs. You know enough, so that could probably convince him you're worth talking to. Or you might try a somewhat more unorthodox method, firing your Mark MX high-intensity smoke. See, descriptive. Your Mark MX high-intensity smoke bomb into a window. The Mark MX bomb emits dense synthetic smoke, which drives occupants out of the building. In the confusion, it should be fairly easy to get inside. Here's our
guaranteed to give everyone inside cancer. Synthetic cancer smoke.
It's 1982, but by 2002, you have you been injured by MX Mark smoke bombs? Call now.
That's great. I got tumors the shape of tumors. This is crazy. I can't do this.
Can't do this anymore. If you try to gain entrance by posing as an informant, turn to page 64. If you try to gain interest by using the Mark MX smokes bomb, turn to page 66. So we pose as an informant, or do we fire the smoke bomb?
Jesse, give me a model
for smoke bomb.
I don't know, man. MX, Mark MX. I don't know.
What's the MX?
Why are you gonna be so specific all the time?
I know. used a bomb. Jesse says. Jill
Oh,
says. Meant.
okay. We have to bust out the Uchoose coin. That's kind of a boring looking coin.
We're gonna be kind of lame here. We're just
Hey, get some dice. Oh, we can't roll dice. That's not gonna work. Roll the dice.
Roll the dice. We got 6 choices. 20-sided dice. Okay, we got 20 choices here.
D20.
No. Tails. So
heads for smoke.
Yeah, heads for smoke. Tails for heads. The bomb.
Oh!
So page 64, Eddie. That be you.
64.
The bomb.
We're gonna smoke.
Hold the smoke bomb.
Oh man. All right, here we go. Wait a minute. 64 is the smoke bomb?
That's what it says.
All right. You knock on the door.
I think. Wait, maybe. Where were we? Maybe.
I was like,
back up here. That's right. Now that you.
I was gonna say, like, I've never really thrown a bomb, but I feel like if you're going to, you don't want to knock on the door.
Yeah. So that was 33, I think we were at.
Yep.
Let's see. You're right. 66. I'm sorry.
66. No, you're fine. 66. You notice that a second-story window of the brownstone, can't say just house,
brownstone,
is wide open. You won't even have to break any glass. They're just begging for a bomb to be thrown in their house.
Yeah.
You take your portable launcher out of the... Who are we, Batman?
Oh, it must be.
Out of your dispatch case, insert a tiny explosive charge, take aim, and fire. Almost immediately, smoke begins to billow out of the window. You know that the Mark MX synthetic smoke will spread rapidly throughout the house, giving everyone cancer.
Mesothelioma.
This will show you. This will make you talk in 20 years. What kind of launcher? You observe from a few. Go ahead.
I like how we throw the name in there as much as we can.
Yeah, it's portable launcher. You observe from a few steps away. In a moment, a window opens, then the front door. Smoke is billowing out as if the whole house had Snoop Dogg hanging out in it. You see a man dressed in a black suit come running out. He looks around nervously. Then a tall woman with frizzy blonde hair follows. A fat, bald man comes out. Then a barrel-chested thug dressed in a sweatsuit. We are so judgmental.
Oh, we are.
Everyone is looking down the street. Fire engines are already approaching. A crowd begins to gather. You put on your smoke mask.
Because, yeah, why not?
Is that a mask made of smoke, or is it a mask?
Oh, yes.
And slip inside the house. With your yellow beam light, not sure why that's... You are able to make your way upstairs, where the smoke is already clearing up. You throw another bomb down the stairs. Yeah! When one bomb won't do, you throw 2.
I got 2 bombs here. I'm throwing them downstairs.
This is like the greatest Sesame Street episode ever. Like, today's episode is brought to you by the letter C and the number 2 for 2 bombs. You throw 2. You throw another bomb down the stairs to delay anyone from entering. Then you look around on the second floor. It is divided into 2 large rooms. One of them is filled with electronic equipment. It takes you only a couple of minutes to find the tape player and the tape itself. But when you reach the hall again, you see a sweat-suited thug. Apparently sweatsuits to this kid equals thug.
Well, the stereotypical is Russian mafia has tracksuits,
yeah.
Suits and necklaces. So I think that's probably where it's coming from.
he's on a game show. It's like, look, a sweatsuit. Things that thugs wear for 100, please. You go upstairs, your wife's in sweatpants. You're like, hey, you're a thug. Get out of here, thug. Don't do thugs.
Window. Things you throw smoke bombs through.
Things. Oh, that's great. Okay. Sweatsuited thug comes up the stairs. I'll get you, he cries. You whirl around a corner and run up the next flight of stairs, clutching the tape at your side. You throw open a door and step out onto the roof. You look over the edge. It's 3 stories down to the pavement, but there is a huge pile of garbage bags in the alley. A shot rings out. You don't have time to think. You jump. You land in the heap of garbage, shaken, but with no broken bones. You climb down and run out of the alley into the street. There is a taxi nearby, and you throw open the door and dive inside. What color was the taxi?
Oh, you're right. Or the model.
What was the make and model of the car?
Yeah, what was the driver? Was the driver tall, fat? Was he wearing a sweatsuit?
Yeah. Was he Italian? Was he was he British? Like,
yeah, we need to know.
Keeping very low, you tell the driver to take you to LaGuardia Airport. LaGuardia. 3 hours later, you are seated once again in Obard's office in Washington. Good work, he says. You got the tape and the information needed for us to break up the biggest spy ring in the country. The end.
Yay!
Yay! We didn't die.
We didn't die.
We solved the mystery. I mean, we didn't solve the mystery. We don't know anything about the whales.
That's true. That's true. But we got to throw some smoke bombs out and give trial lawyers some money in 20 years when they all get cancer.
Yep. We got to cast judgments on people based on what they're wearing.
Their tracksuits or their sweatsuits. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's about whales.
And that's about whales, kids. I would love this to be like a lesson in class. Like, today, kids, we're gonna talk about whales, and you read this story.
Like, we didn't talk about whales at all. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. We talked about whales, silly. Oh, well, by our measure, we didn't die.
Yes,
we made it to the end. It's a success.
It's a success.
You know, I applied Uchoose podcast rules to my daily life.
Yeah.
Like, if I get home at the end of the day, if I'm going to sleep at night and I didn't die.
Man, look at page 69. I wanted to find that one. We're standing
I know.
at the door, grim-faced with an assault rifle. Go.
we just had enough.
We're done. This is where we fell off the deep end. You know, we're like, I don't want any more sweatsuits and Russians.
You're like double I is me. One smoke bomb later.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, that was the redo of last time. Now, kids, we're gonna move on to the new story today.
New story for today.
And this is special. This is one of the best things ever. This cover, to me as a kid, when I saw it, I remember this is a little nerd moment for everybody. The Uchoose podcast nerd moment. Not the whole podcast isn't nerdy enough. There was a Justice League or Super Friends episode cartoon back in the 80s, 80 something. And I would watch these cartoons like every good kid on Saturday morning. And there was an episode where Aquaman had become a shark. And he wasn't swallowed inside the shark. He was the shark. And they did this thing where they had the shark, and then they you could see Aquaman superimposed inside, being swimming around, and they were he's become a shark. And I remember thinking that was so strange. And then I saw this cover, not even maybe a year later, and I was like, oh man, look at that! It's like the Aquaman episode, because it's like when you see this, you're like, is he inside the shark? You're like, no, he is the shark. They're drawing that in a way to really blow your brain and you blow your 8-year-old brain.
8-year-old mind exploded. Yeah.
Look at the cover though. There's like a Native American dude and there's like an eagle. You know they're gonna have some
Oh yeah.
shaman guy be like, we're not very culturally sensitive in these books.
Oh yeah. Edward Packard as well, number 45. So we're still fairly early. Almost
Yeah.
had 2 books, so
What was
we'll
the
still got.
publication date on this one?
Let me check. I don't think it has it. I would guess like 84. As Jonah, the one we just did, was 81, I believe. So
Well, the price, I'm looking at the cover right now. The price was $2.25
yes.
for this book back in the day. So do the math on that one, what it would be today. And yeah, I don't see a publication date, so we're just going to have to go with it. But yeah, this book actually has links in it. So you bear with us as we click on links to get to our
Yeah,
pages here.
a little more difficult in some ways. Hopefully we don't have to go back.
Yeah.
But
But here we
1980,
go.
1985 was You Are a Shark.
Perfect. Yeah, this was one of the ones that just the cover alone just fascinated me.
Oh yeah, they were good at these covers. they suck you in. All right. So let's see. First page is this one with the guy. What? Let me make sure. No, here we go. All right. It's late summer. You've been hiking in the remote mountains of Nepal when you come upon the ruins of an ancient temple. Vines have grown over the wide steps that lead to the entrance. The temple is faced with stone carvings of animals, all worn and crumbling, except for one fierce creature, an enormous lion with the wings of a dragon. Its huge jaws threaten to devour anyone who dares pass. As you climb the steps, you sense danger. You step closer and stare at a lifeless monster towering above you. It seems to be warning you not to pass. Summoning your courage, you continue past the statue into the dark, cavernous temple. You can barely see anything, only a glimmer of gold in the center of the chamber, and beside it, a frail looking man in a simple monk's robe.
Hmm.
As you step toward him, your legs grow weak. You sink to the temple floor. You try to stand, but you can't. The strength is being drained from your body. You can't even lift your hand. You call out to the monk, but he neither moves nor speaks. You feel
Ooh.
your legs slowly slipping away. Are you still alive? You are lying on the stone floor of the temple. The monk sits motionless beside you. You try to sit up, but you can't. You feel as if you were in a trance. Perhaps you're dreaming. If so, it's unlike any other dream you've had before. Maybe you're dead. As if reading your mind, the monk says, "You are not dead, neither are you alive." "How can that be?" you murmur, still unable to move. "You have fallen into the shadow of death," he answers. It's forbidden to enter this temple. Those who do not heed the warning of the guardian must give up their lives. You feel a chill of death hovering above you as you struggle to remain conscious. "But I didn't know, you say. "You knew better than to answer," replies the monk. "The guardian told you quite clearly." "You mean the statue? I thought that was my imagination." "The guardian is real," the monk says gravely, "though not part of the world you know. Unless it chooses to release you, you will remain in its power forever." "Remain where?" you say, trying hard to make sense of it all. "This. If I'm in its power, what's going to happen to me?" For the first time, the monk looks away from you. "You must now give up your human life," he answers. "However, you would be given a chance to live in animal form." Turn to page 10. Your skin grows cold, then colder still. You shiver violently. To be turned into an animal, you can't let yourself believe this. Who is this monk anyway? Maybe he's making it all up. But before you can even question him, the monk continues, "I serve the guardian of the temple. Though I will do my best to help you, I may not interfere with its powers. You must first be one animal, then another, and sometimes the same one again. Time may seem to go on in circles. You may remember your human existence or forget it in an instant. But what if I die as an animal, you ask? The monk shakes his head. If you die as an animal, you die as an animal. What is important is that you live as one. For now, it is the only way you can live. The monk moves closer to you as he speaks. You may be an animal in creation anywhere on earth. You will retain some control over your fate. Whether it will be enough to save you, I cannot say. You try to speak, but the monk raises his hand and a wave of darkness sweeps over you. When you next hear his voice, it sounds very far away. Would you be lord over air, lord over the land, or lord of the sea? So
Ooh,
that is our first decision for you.
the
Are we
ultimate choice that Jesse and Jill have been waiting for in their entire lives.
are we going to be the lord of the air, land, or sea? So let us know in the chat what you want us to do, and we will go there. Kind of a interesting setup there. Just again, he doesn't mess around.
I do love the whole once upon a time, you are a shark. Like, okay, cool.
Oh yeah, I like how Jesse says they really sell. What was it? They really sell this book. Kids, look, kids, here are the rules. I don't make the rules, nor do I understand them. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. What about Lord of the the dance?
Dance. So
I'll do it.
shark or sea, I guess, number
We
6.
got,
So
we got unanimous votes for Lord of the Sea.
well, it is
Goodness.
you are a shark. So
See, Jesse's assuming it's a shark, but maybe we start off as like a puffer fish or something.
turtle.
Whoop.
All right. Oh, Lord of the
Here
Sea,
we
page
go.
6.
So I click on Lord of the Sea, it goes straight here. Something wild has happened. You crash back into the ocean, spraying mountains of water in all directions. Then, with a flip of your massive tail, you dive. Opening your mouth, you strain a few thousand krill from the water. Hey guys, crack krills. They taste excellent. You swing your tail, accelerating. You dive deep, deep. The water grows darker. You pass a small fish, a hammerhead shark. You hear the sounds of other whales calling, "Come, it's time to migrate to warm waters." You send a sound message back to them. See, this is where the Jonah connects to this one.
We have the tapes to prove it.
This episode is crazy with whales.
Yes.
Oh, Jesse, every girl's crazy about a shark dressed man. You send a sound message back to them. You've always migrated with the others, but food is plentiful here, and you like the cool waters. Though you know you should join the migration, you're really not ready to leave. If you stay in cool waters, turn to page 55. If you follow the other whales, turn to page 21.
Says Eddie upon this is a whale of an episode.
Right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Wah, wah. He's like, man, I got all the time. I got time to krill.
Oh, the krill. Oh man, I like how they taste excellent. I was like, oh, I went from human to all of a sudden krill is excellent.
Yeah, and apparently, assuming to this, it seems like you don't remember being human at this point. You're like, man, I've always been a whale. This is great.
That's awesome. I remember when I was just a little whale.
I remember when I was a 9-year-old petulant child dying in a Nepalese temple.
Pondering the meaning of life. Okay, so follow the whale.
So, and a job well done. I don't know. Is that the vote, Jesse? I don't understand. Do we stay or should we stay or should we go again?
Pun. I think Jesse's coming up with the puns again. A job well done.
He's in pun mode.
He's
in that
one.
He's in that pun circle.
Yeah, stuck in the pun circle.
He's like stuck in that pun loop.
Yes.
Oh,
whale. Okay.
I think he's like, dude, I already told you that. You can't crack my code here.
Yeah, come on. You gotta have the tapes. We know what you say.
Where are the tapes?
Yeah, where are the tapes? Okay. It's like this one's me.
That's you, brother.
You lash your tail and turn your great body northward toward the other whales. By pointing your head in slightly different directions, you're able to form a sound picture of the bottom of the sea. Undersea mountains and valleys and canyons where rivers once flowed. Sweeping toward the surface, you sound the other whales. There, there are 5 of them, but you sense there should be more. You send a call beyond you. Hurry, our herd is heading toward the warm waters, but there's no answer. A great blue shape, the whale farthest ahead, slows. The blue whale is the biggest mammal that ever lived, and this one, leader of the herd, is almost 100 feet long. He has dropped back to let you swim alongside and send sound messages to you. You are new to our ways, friend, he says. There are no others. In years past, there were more whales in our herd, but most of them have passed into the great deep. With a flip of his tail that sets a 20-foot high wave coursing through the ocean, the leader accelerates. You are left again at the end of the procession. Turn to page 24. The days go by and the water grows warmer. The sun is higher in the sky, and you can feel its warmth on your back when you surface to breathe. There's less food now, but you don't feel hungry anymore. You're able to live off your reserves of blubber for a while.
Ooh, body shaming. What's going on, guys? What are you doing?
Whales, come on. Jesse, I heard that. You're content and happy as you glide through the waves. A loud clanking sound travels through the water. The herd suddenly veers to the left, surfacing. You see a great ship pass you. A neighbor calls to you, oil in the water. Suddenly, you feel slimy, smelly black film sliding across your face. Some of it seeps into your blowhole. You cough and blow. You let out a long, low moan. A memory flashes to your mind. If only you could be a person again. Oh, okay. So our memories.
Oh,
Suddenly, you are you, the human being again, back in the temple floor. So you are still alive. The monk is sitting, gazing into the flame of tiny oil lamp. The dark chill of the temple cuts through you, and you realize that once again you're unable to move. Won't the guardian release me? I think not, says the monk without turning to look at you. You are not yet in the realm of the living. The only way for you to survive is to become an animal once again. First, you must answer this question. Living as an animal, would you rather be among people, near people, or far away from people? Wow.
oh.
This one has lots of choices. So, live among people, live near people, or live away from people. That is the 3 choices we have. You
to,
have.
to quote, since we're quoting Sesame Street characters today, to quote Grover, are we doing near or far?
Or far. Yes, I love those. Those are great. Well, let us know in the chat. If you live near or far.
We
You
got
got to vote for
1 vote for near.
Near? Far.
Near?
You
Or
know,
among, but
I was just thinking, Eddie, in the previous book, they threw out the alien thing, but we never hashed that out at all.
I think that she was maybe getting to the point like we are the aliens to the whales, you know?
That's it.
But it
Okay.
was she didn't really quite say, "Hey, I'm going to give you an analogy," you know.
Yeah.
We got to flip a coin here. We have near and among.
Okay. So let me grab the coin flipper.
Bust out the Uchoose podcast coin, patent pending. Heads, let's say heads for near, tails for among.
Okay. Heads.
Heads again.
Wow. Heads again. So
We'll go near.
Like that's you, Eddie, page 14.
You shake the sleep out of your eyes. In a second, you're on your feet and trotting through the tall grass alongside your brother. You glance at his deep rust-colored coat and his white chin and throat and think, "That's how I look too." And indeed you do, because you are a fox. That's right.
Nice.
Your human memory is fading fast. You're a Pokemon. You're a Pikachu.
Your Pikachu.
Your human memory is fading fast, and your memory of life as a fox fills your mind. Born this past spring, you have yet to see your first winter. You grew quickly from being a tiny blind puppy in an old woodchuck burrow wearing sweatpants, so you were a thug at the edge of a field. Your parents helped you catch snakes and field mice. Last week, when your mother frightened a small rabbit, it ran into your path and you caught it. Now it's time for you and your brother to go hunting on your own. Night has fallen and a big round moon is glowing through the trees. You start toward the tall grass, where field mice are plentiful, but your brother has another idea. He nudges you and trots off through the woods as if he knows exactly where he's going. You follow away, then realize he's heading for the barn with the chickens. You stop in your tracks. OC. Oh, that's probably once. Once, when your mother was teaching you to hunt, she led you near the barn. You could smell, see, and hear the chickens. You were all set to race toward the barn and sink your teeth into one of those delicious birds, but your mother nipped you sharply, nudging you back into the meadowland. You could tell by how hard she nipped you that those chickens meant food, but they also meant danger. Still, you remember once when your father brought home a chicken. It was the best thing you ever ate. And right now, you're very hungry. Your brother stops and looks at you quizzically. What should you do? If you decide to raid the chicken coop, turn to page 51. If you decide to go for field mice and rabbits, turn to page 30.
Nice.
This is fun. This is like Animorphs.
Yes. Oh, man. When did that come out?
Those were more like late 80s, maybe even early 90s books. Those kids who were like, those people who were like children in the 90s, like children, not teenagers, like, exiting our childhood, entering into whatever else. I remember them, like my brother specifically, talking about Animorph books like quite fondly.
Yeah, I think you read those, didn't you?
I never did.
Okay, maybe it was something else. While you're talking about them, but
Jesse, mice, kid, don't be a hero.
Don't be a hero. Mice kids.
I need a fox hero. Eating the chickens when you eating the mice. And the chickens are good and the chickens are strong.
So they were published 6 to 2001.
When they start 96?
96. Yep.
Yeah, so mid 90s for sure. Yeah, I was out of high school and working my butt off at that point. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's switch it up. Let's go chicken coop heads.
Okay.
Oh, we'll keep it. Mice heads, chicken tails.
Chicken tails. Okay.
What?
Mice. Heads.
3 heads in a row?
This thing's rigged.
This is rigged. This coin's rigged. All right. There you go, sir.
So chicken coop?
Well, mice, right?
Sorry.
No. I did switch it.
Oops. Let's see. What page was that? Let's see. Oh, here we go. See, we were near people, right?
Yeah.
So page 14. Okay, so it's chicken coop.
Chicken coop.
So page 51. All right. You race to the edge of the meadow, darting through all the tall grass. The full moon is flickering through the treetops, and you see the farmer's house, the barn, and the chicken coop. You hear the chickens. You also see that noisy white and brown dog, head resting on its forepaws, sound asleep. At least he seems to be. Your brother trots off to approach the coop from the other side of the barn. You stalk towards the coop. You're downwind from the dog, so there's no danger of him getting your scent. Now, closer, you can see the barn door is ajar. You could slip through and enter the coop from the barn, but suppose the door shuts after you. You'll just have to risk it. You run toward the door and slip inside. Before you even reach the chicken coop, you hear the dog barking. No time to think, you dash into the coop and grab the fattest chicken. They're body shaming again, the fattest chicken. What a racket of cackling, squawking, and flapping. It's enough to scare you out of your wits. Hey, Blazer, a human voice, a man. He'll be running toward the barn. You're scared. Why did you even try this? You wheel and start back toward the door. Suddenly, you see the dog, big as a bear, staring at you through the chicken wire, barking madly, trying to bite his way through. You almost drop the chicken in fright as you run into the barn and head for the door. Suddenly, you realize that you'll reach the door just about the time the dog does. You dive, chicken and all, behind a big metal smelly thing. A second later, the dog races past into the chicken coop. In a flash, you're outside. Moments later, you reach the tall grass, dragging the chicken along. Boom! A loud noise. It came from where you saw the man. A few moments later, your brother appears running toward you. His coat is spotted with blood, but he can't be badly hurt because he darts ahead and breaks a trail for you through the tall, thick grass. Turn to page 47. Suddenly, you are human again, back in the ruins of the temple. This time you find yourself standing. You try to walk, but your feet seem rooted to the floor. The monk sits before you. You're doing well, he says. Well, thanks, you say, surprised. Does that mean I can go now? It means only that you are doing well. Tell me, how did it feel when you changed from human to animal? You think back to that strange moment. It was confusing. Sometimes my human memory went against my animal instinct. Ah, then you would rather have no trace of human memory. I'd rather have it completely, you say. If I could always have remembered that I'd be human, I'd have been an extra smart animal. But, says the monk, knowing you were a human being who is trapped in the body of an animal would be very hard indeed. You might panic. When you are an animal, it is better to be wrapped in the mist of forgetfulness. I don't know which would be worse, you admit. Sometimes you must make a decision even when you can't decide, the monk says gently. You start to protest, but the monk's eyes are like glowing coals. His voice seems to burn into your brain. You are about to become an animal again. You must choose whether you will keep your human mind or live without a trace of human memory. So, here we go again. Do we keep our human memory or do we
Ooh.
give? Man, this is just so you float into the body, do a little bit, and then come right back.
It seems like we leave the body at the moment of death. Like that fox is going to get shot.
Yeah, I have a feeling. One or
That
both of us
whale,
die.
a whale breathed in. These guys, they were all about like existentialism, aliens, like
Yeah,
other dimensions. They were into this stuff.
nothing was off the table for them. The weird, the better.
Yeah.
Animal drumsticks. That's funny, Jesse. A dog as big as a bear. Yeah, how much kibble do you feed that dog? Exactly.
I mean, all at once at that point. You're just like, that dog, if it's big as a bear,
yeah.
you just throw a bag of food at it and run the other way. Like,
So let us know in the chat, do we keep our memory or do we give it up? I don't know.
Or
Like he was tossing, our 9-year-old brain was tossing this around in the book. It just kind of, I like how on all these books, so they do that. They're like, well, it would be really great to have this. And then, well, maybe it wouldn't be.
I know. Like we second guess it immediately. So no memory on Jesse. He's like, dump that human memory. I don't want that. He doesn't want his human memories now.
Yeah.
Jesse's like, I hate the hellscape that is my own mind.
Throw it in the trash. He's like those cartoons where they just open up their skull and toss the brain out.
It's like it is the thing. It's like knowing that you're a thing trapped in a thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I basically know that I'm a Muppet trapped in the body of a human man. Jesse preaching. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do I scoop out this human soul, this Muppet soul from this human body?
What is that saying? I can't unsee that now.
I can't unsee that. I've seen too much.
All right, so we go with no memory.
Let's give it 30 seconds, and we'll see if we get another vote here.
That would be page 70 if we decide to give up the memory. The book didn't have how many choices were on the front, I don't think. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like this one isn't quite as choice rich as or ending rich as the
ending rich. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of little branches here, but not a lot of endings per se.
Yeah. We haven't died yet. Because every time we almost die, we get taken.
Let's stick with the no memory. We'll go there. So give up our memory. We're giving it up.
It's done. Page 70.
Here we go. Oh, she came in at the very end with the human. Oh, we gotta flip the coin.
Okay. Let me go back here.
What page was that?
Let's see. Find it here. There it is. Sure, the cat.
Yeah. I was told I was a shark.
Oh,
I know.
That's robbed. This book is fake. Okay.
All right. So since Jesse came in first with his no memory, we'll play no memory is heads, and keeping the human memory is tails.
Okay. Heads again.
What sort of coin?
Oh man. So page 70. No memory.
We need a new coin, bro.
All right. Oh, she even had
there you go.
Jill had her brain emoji.
There we go. Jesse's saying do a dice. Even is one and odd is the other one.
Brain emoji. I think so.
Do the dice just for the sake of mixing it up a little bit. Jill F this. Are you gonna bust out the dice?
Should we do the dice?
Yeah, do the dice. Let's do it. We'll do odd. What do you say? Yeah, even is choice 1 and odd is choice 2. Jill F this. Bust out the dice, man. We get some more chances here.
Okay.
Here we go. So even.
Oh, there's. Okay.
It's choice 1.
Odd.
How many dice?
9. This is 9. So we rolled a 9. So
okay,
odd.
We rolled an odd. So it's still. Oh God. This episode is like Jill will never get her choice.
Yeah, no choice.
She got the chicken. You take flight from the surface of the marsh. It's a hot summer evening, and you're in search of blood. Instinct guides you towards the house through the broken part of the screen. You hover over a sleeping girl. What? As you buzz by her ear, she turns. Her arm lashes out and you dart away. You light on a wall, waiting until she's quiet again. You focus on a bare shoulder and dive. Silently, you set to work, drawing out her rich red blood. The girl swats hard, but you fly out of range. We're a dang mosquito, man.
We are. It's awesome.
But you fly out of range. As soon as she settles back down, you land on her hand and finish your meal. This is the best blood yet. Suddenly, the girl sits up and switches on a light. Once again, you take to the air. All right, mosquito. She stalks around the room looking for you. You light on the back of her neck and walk slowly down her spine. Gotcha, the girl cries, slapping herself on the shoulder. You move down a little farther. The hand whips around again. Splat. The end.
Oh, man. Yeah. Jesse, I'm not a shark.
Oh, man.
Let's see.
I am not a shark. Jill with the creepy. Creepy. Yeah, I know, man. They make you be a nasty bug at the end.
Yes, that is very creepy. Okay, so
I am not a shark. Well, at least I won't remember
this. Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. So what was
man?
Whale,
and
then a mosquito.
Fox, mosquito.
Yeah. Okay.
So we kept
No-
like trending down, it seemed like.
Yeah, you're right. No sharks though yet.
I am not.
Leads you to
No. No.
my
I mean,
money
the book wouldn't have sold so well if it was like, you are a mosquito.
or mosquito. Yeah, I mean it's kind of a fun concept though. I have to admit,
Oh, it's a great concept. It's a great book. I mean, that was fun. It was absolutely fun. But we were 3 animals, none of which were a shark.
Come on, Edward.
I know, right? I would say this. I would call this a failure because we weren't a shark.
Yeah.
And we died.
Died.
Wah, wah. Oh well. You know what? Now we can answer the questions. What's it feel like to be a whale
Yeah.
or a fox?
That can blood.
What does the fox say? You know?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, not sorry.
We can try this one again. That's a good thing about this one. In 2 weeks, we'll try it again. And in the meantime, though, you can go to uchoosepodcast.com, listen to old episodes, get in touch with us, give us opinions. You can message us, let us know a book you want to read. You can also buy merchandise. So you choose t-shirts,
coffee mug,
cases, phone cases.
I'll have to get one of those Uchoose coffee mugs because this
would
be kind of fun. Bring it up. Oh, what's this?
So,
All right. Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned to our social medias as well, our Instagram and our Facebook pages.
Yep.
For updates and all that fun stuff as well.
Yeah, hop in the chat like everybody else. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Yeah. Proof Rock and Schmidt would be a shark. I don't know.
Yeah, they would figure. Yeah, that's a good point.
Hard enough to be a shark.
They would have gotten halfway and have been like, "You're a shark with a beagle head." You're like, "No, that's not what I wanted." It didn't work.
Be the bug that went towards the light. The bug zapper.
Exactly. You're a mosquito with a human memory.
Stop.
Help me.
Help me. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And until next time, you choose the adventure. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.